How's it going, guys? Captain Greenstomp here with another very exciting video this time. A 50-pack opening video for War of the Spark. I'm going to get this out of the way at the beginning this time. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below if you really liked something, if you really didn't like something. And as you've probably noticed, right about now, the music has changed a little bit. So let me know down below if you like that, don't like that, if you have any suggestions about what kind of music I should play for my videos, or if I just shouldn't play any so you guys can play your own while you watch them. Let me know down below. But without further ado, we will get into opening some packs. We're just gonna go one at a time because I like that. But nice, I already got a not mythic. I looked up at my wild cards and saw the color. I do right now. Oh, it's not going to show me yet. I do have a couple wild cards, but let's see. It's the only green card so far. Trample. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter on Crunch Wrangler. That seems pretty cool. It almost seems like sort of like another Pelt Collector that's not quite as good. A less powerful Pelt Collector, in my opinion. Let's see. Oh. That's a good way to start it off. Let's see what's next. Ooh, nothing green in this one. See if there's anything super interesting, though. Manager, that seems kind of cool. That's a really awesome artwork. 10th District Legionnaire. What's that one? Interesting. And what's the rare? Ugin. Okay. Interesting. I didn't even see him, and I didn't look at a whole lot of the spoilers or anything, so a lot of these are probably going to be news to me. So I apologize if that gets a little repetitive or annoying, but I'm pretty excited, and I wanted to save all the excitement for opening the packs, if that makes sense for you guys. But let's see, 6 colorless, starts with 4 colorless spells you cast, cost 2 less. Let's see, +1 exile the top card of your library face down and look at it. Create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When that token leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card into your hand. Interesting. And then -3 is just destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors. That's pretty cool. It seems like a fairly decent removal. I don't know, it's 6 mana. But I don't know. We'll see how much it gets played. I'm not going to play it in any of my green decks, most likely, because I don't have any colorless, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for me to put it in there. But we'll see what's next. Ooh, a few green ones. Let's see, Gateway Plaza. That's such a sweet artwork. Interesting. Okay, and then Band Together. I saw that one. That's a pretty. Yeah, I like that one. I don't know if I'll swap it out for Rabid Bite. I don't know. I'll probably be using this, though. New Horizons, it's good. Especially that with how they have Proliferate again now. The fact that it gives a +1/+1 counter makes this a little bit better. But, let's see. Oh, interesting. It's like Duress plus Amass 1 for 2 extra mana. That's pretty cool. Then Jiang Yang Yu, I didn't see him either. Wildcrafter. I have been listening to the novel audiobook though, and I really like his character. But he seems like a pretty cool. He seems really cool. I think I want to at least try him in the deck because to be able to put +1/+1. I mean, it's a total of 3 that you get unless you can proliferate and give him more counters back or something like that. We'll see how useful he is, but we'll probably start him off at like 2 and see if he's useful or not. But let's see, Feather the Redeemed. Interesting, I didn't see this one either. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. That's pretty cool. So we might see the Boros with a whole bunch of buff spells coming out, maybe. See the. Oh, okay. Whenever Grateful Apparition deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, proliferate. Wow. It's flying 1/1, but you could maybe buff that up a little bit so that it's actually a threat as well. Who knows? I don't know if yet I'm going to be venturing in other colors. It really depends on what like a lot of these rares and stuff are. But, let's see, not a whole lot of green. There's Death Sprout. Death Sprout. Merfolk Skydiver. Interesting. Green-blue does like the +1/+1 counters a lot. I've been thinking about venturing into that with some of the spoilers that I saw. Let's see. The Parhelion 2. Okay. 6 and 2 white, 5/5. Flying, first strike, and vigilance. Whenever it attacks, create 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking. That's pretty awesome, in my opinion. I like the whole crew aspect. That was an Ixalan. For on Paper Magic, I didn't play it a whole lot, but just it was fun to build it. I had a vehicle-based pirate deck that had all the ships in it and stuff, and ways to create like tokens and whatnot, so that I could just easily pay the crew. What's next? Nothing green. Or Storev, okay. Trample, whenever Storev Dark or Devkarin Lich deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, return to your hand target creature or planeswalker in your graveyard that wasn't put there this combat. Interesting. That could be pretty useful, I feel like. I do like the lore behind Golgari. Who knows, maybe we'll end up venturing into green-black. So far, the two contenders look like green-black and green-blue. Ooh, got another wild card. And let's see, Kjorth Behemoth, Beckoner. Let's see, untap target permanent. And she can do that 7 times? Holy cow. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Nice. And that, interesting, that's green or blue. That's pretty interesting. I may end up running her, even if it's just mono green. I mean, untapping permanence is always great. It's another way to ramp and whatnot. So you return to nature. Okay. Sort of better version of Naturalize, I guess you could say. Let's see, Living Twister. That was a cool sound. Living Twister, 2 red, 1 green, 2/5, 1 and a red and discard a land. Living Twister deals 2 damage to any target. It's a lot of cost for 2 damage. I don't know how much I like that, but a green is return a tapped land you control to its owner's hand. That's actually better than it might sound first off, because you can tap a mana for land and then pay another mana to return that to your hand and play it again. I don't know, I guess you don't really get any extra mana that way, do you? Unless the mana is free from something. I don't know. I'm not too excited about that card, though. But let's see, another Merfolk Skydiver, another Death Sprout, Return to Nature, nice. Probably be switching that out for Naturalize, because I do run 2 copies of Naturalize right now. Ooh, Command the Dreadhorde, nice. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually. Should have read it out loud, my bad, but you guys can probably read it. Let's see. Another one of those, nice. We can run her at 2 copies now if we choose to. Primordial Worms, 6 for 7/6. Not bad. Mobilize District, what is that one? Tap to add, that's an energy token, I feel like, which is colorless mana. 4 colorless Mobilized District becomes a 3/3 citizen creature with vigilance until end of turn. It's still a land. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature and planeswalker you control. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Vivian's Grizzly. 3, 4 mana, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card or planeswalker card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, put it on the bottom of your library. Interesting. So it's a 2/3 for 3 that has a really expensive alternate adventurous impulse. Interesting. Heartwarming Redemption. Poor Gideon.
No sword can pierce
Sarkhan the Masterless. Alright, he's pretty cool in the book too. He's a little bit less, at least in the first half where I am, he's mentioned a little bit less, but it does mention him and he seems pretty cool. Let's see. Until end of turn, each planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon creature and gains flying. That's pretty cool. I bet you there's going to be a Super Friends deck based around him. That would be pretty cool. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder if there's... No, I wonder if that would be a little broken. I wonder if there's a way to use planeswalker abilities on your opponent's turn, like as instants or something. Or you can just use the -3, create a single 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Cost 5, not bad. Seems pretty good. Let's see, nothing really green. There's Rubble Belt Rioters. Haste, whenever Rubble Belt Rioters attack, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. 0/4, interesting. Teo's Light Shield, nice. For any of you guys reading the book, he's one of my favorite characters for sure. I really like Teo a lot. Let's see. When Teo's Light Shield enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's really cool. Let's see. I suppose I should sort of look at other colors aside from just green to see what they are, but... Ooh, Ilarg the Raised Boar. He's a mythic. Boar God. Interesting. 3 and 2 red for a 6/6 trample. Already great. Whenever Ilarg... I think I'm saying that. Ilharg... I don't know. The Raised Boar attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of your next end step. When Ilharg the Raised Boar dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library. Third from the top, the normal god text there. Whoa. That's maybe making me pretty interested in a green-red combo. To be able to just... if you have a Galta or something in your hand, oh my goodness. That's really good. I like that a lot. We're gonna open 10. Wow, a bunch of cards. What do we... Oh, we can't check it, so... Let's see, here's all the rares. So we got a Janie the Great-Hearted, 2, and a green-white, 5 loyalty counters to start. Creatures you control have vigilance. That's good. +1 to just gain 3 life. I like it. He is they focus on him being a healer, it seems like, in the book. And -2, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. That's really good, in my opinion. Green-white may make a jump onto the channel a little bit. Let's see, Oath of Kaya. 1, a green and a black. When Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. Interesting. I like that one too. Too bad I don't really play those colors unless I were to do green, white, black. Finale of Revelation, X and 2 blue. Draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Finale of Revelation. I think I said that wrong when I first said the card, but that, I don't know. It seems good. I don't see the X being 10 or more. I don't see that necessarily happening too often, but I could see that being used for sure just for the raw card draw, because 2 blue plus X, so I mean 5 mana to draw 3 cards. I don't know. I can maybe see that. Silent Submersible, another vehicle, 2 blue for a 2/3 with crew 2, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card. Alright, pretty good. A Rare wild card, nice. The Awakening of V2 Ghazi, nice. I kind of hoped we would get this one. I did see this one in the spoilers. I don't know how actually good it is, but I totally like it. I'm gonna try and run it. I'm gonna try and make it work. We'll see. But enter the God Eternals. Enter the God Eternals deals 4 damage to target creature, and you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard and amass 4. All of that for a total of 5 mana. Seems pretty good. Let's see, and Tamio, Collector of Tales. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. That's pretty useful. That seems like, at least in best of 3, this would be, I feel like, a good sideboard against, like, Esper. And maybe, like, mono black. Anything that has black in it, really. Or that is making you discard cards, I suppose. But +1 to choose a non-land card, name, then reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. That seems like you could do some pretty cool blue tricks and then, be scrying and whatnot until you see some that you like, or maybe copies or something like that, or just even one card that you like. But I do like that. And then -3, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good. Nice recursion. Green doesn't have a whole lot of that. Once you get rid of their creatures, they're usually gone. Blast Zone. Blast Zone enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. You can tap to add a colorless mana. X colorless twice and tap. Put X charge counters on Blast Zone. 3 and tap it. Sacrifice Blast Zone. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Blast Zone. Wow. So that could be, if you let that build up, that could be just a total board wipe. That's pretty cool. Bio Essence Hydra. Oh, another Hydra. See if this one stands up to Hydroid Crassus, I think it is. I know that one's technically not a Hydra, but it's a blue-green big scary thing. But 4/4 trample, and it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each loyalty counter on planeswalkers you control. Whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are put on planeswalkers you control, put that many +1/+1 counters on Bio Essence Hydra. Whoa! Yeah, we might be looking into blue-green with a fair splash of planeswalkers, but I feel like this could be run in a, like I said, a Super Friends deck. I'm sure Super Friends is going to be a thing. Even if it's not necessarily a competitive thing, we're going to see a bunch of people running just a bunch of planeswalkers. But, not caring too much about the commons, but I do want to see some more, see what we get. Maybe I should have scrolled down last time or something. Oh well. I just mostly care about the rares and stuff. But nice. Rare wild card. I gotta check. Dang it. Let me check this time. Alright, so we're at 7 common, 9 uncommon, 5 rare, and 2 mythic rare. And I want to open 10 again. Gives us another 2 rare. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Up to 3. And do I have to scroll? Okay, no, yeah, it only shows us these. But Mizium Tank, trample, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Mizium Tank becomes an artifact creature and gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And it's only got crew 1. I like that one. I do. I'm so happy. Another Finale of Revelation, not what we really use. Who knows, maybe I might, just because you can ramp so much, I may end up using that if we venture into green-blue, especially seeing as I got 2 copies of it. But in a single combat, each player chooses a creature or planeswalker they control, then sacrifices the rest. Players can't cast creature or planeswalker spells until the end of your next turn for 3 colorless and 2 white, and it's a sorcery. I'm sure you guys have all seen this one and already have your own opinions about it. We got another Oath of Kaya. We got a Ravnica at War, 3 and a white. Exile all multicolored permanents. So that's a fair amount of the planeswalkers, I feel like. But Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. Vivian's one of my favorite planeswalkers, just story-wise. But you may cast creature spells as though they had flash. That could be really useful. I saw there's a green, I think it's Ronus. I'm pretty sure it's Ronus. When you cast Ronus, you double your creature's power until the end of the turn. So, with Vivian on the field, I'll just leave it at that. But starts off with 4 loyalty counters. She costs 3 mana only, and +1 until your next turn. Up to 1 target creature gains Vigilance and Reach, so that's pretty cool. -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at that card, and you may cast it if it's a creature card. That's pretty cool. So let's see, exile one. Yeah, so you don't have to reveal it. That's pretty cool. So you can pile up a couple of tricks that you've got up your sleeve. Your opponent doesn't know what they are, and they can't do anything to them. You can't discard them. I like that. We're definitely going to be running probably 2 at least copies of Vivian. I feel like another Living Twister. Why? In my opinion, why is that a rare? Let me know down below if there's something I'm totally like completely just going over my head. Because in my opinion, like this is an uncommon. Like it's not. No, it's not that great of a card. I don't know. I mean, it is a 2/5. It's a great blocker for 3 mana, but I don't know. I guess you could bounce lands that do something when they come in. I don't know. Let me down below what makes this card good if you think it's good. Krenko Tin Street Kingpin. I know this one's been talked about a little bit. Whenever Krenko Tin Street Kingpin attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Krenko's power. I've got a pretty fun video coming up with my good friend Call Crush. You guys should check out his channel for sure. He's working on some Magic videos as well, working mostly, he said, on, at least he told me he's going to be working mostly on tricolor decks, which, that's cool. I like tricolor sometimes, but I know he really likes it, and he does pretty well with most of the tricolor builds that he has. So go check him out, but we're hopefully going to do a collaboration here soon where we're going to use a bunch of the War of the Spark cards that we got, and we are actually going to build 2 or 3 decks and then do some best of 3s or best of 1s against each other with those decks. And hopefully he doesn't see this, which he probably will. Hi, Andrew. But I'm totally going to build a Goblin deck because I just running 4 of this, maybe not 4, because again, you can't have multiples out of them, but running like 3 of this so you can for sure get them out. And then yeah, you can buff them up with red spells, or even maybe green-red, and maybe some mostly goblins with some green stuff splashed in there for like the giant growth and stuff like that. You can dump so many goblins onto the field with this guy. So I definitely want to try that build, even if it's not competitive. I just think it's going to be really fun to play. But we'll go ahead and open some more. I want to check out some more commons and uncommons, see if we get anything good. We get to crafting. I know a lot of the planeswalkers are uncommon, so that does help. We're gonna look through later on off screen and go through all the green cards in the set, see what we like, don't like, see what we want to add into our deck, blow all these wild cards on a whole bunch of awesome stuff. But Guild Globe, that sounds interesting. The name's catchy. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. 2 mana, tap it, sacrifice it, add 2 mana of different colors. Interesting. So yeah, lots of multicolored stuff this set, and emphasis on playing multicolored and helping you get multicolored stuff out. Look at which I think is really cool, especially see, I mean, when I've played in the past, I've always had trouble with multicolor, just not getting the right color when I need it and stuff like that of mana sources. But see, Rebel Bolt Rider is another one of those. That one's I like that one, honestly. It's pretty cool. Prismite, 2 for a 2/1, and you can pay 2 to add 1 mana of any color. I don't know. Uh-oh.
Responsibility.
Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. Next up, though, let's see. Jeez, we're gonna have... Oh, nice. Oh, that was another mythic one. Watley the Sun's Heart. Ooh, another green or white. Let's see what she does then. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. And her -3, which you can do twice, and then let her still live. That's kind of important, actually, I think. But you gain life equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. That's pretty great, especially if you've got a huge creature out like Galta or something like that. But let's see, Casualties of War. I haven't seen this one yet. That's a super awesome artwork, though. Wow. 2 colorless, 2 black, and 2 green. Choose one or more. One or more. Interesting. So that's cool. You can only choose one if there's only one that you can choose. But destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy target enchantment, destroy target land, destroy target planeswalker. So basically destroy one of every permanent type. That is super cool, and I think definitely useful in a Golgori deck. But next pack, we'll see what we get. Something good. Centaur Nurturer, nice. I don't know how to feel about this one, honestly. It's 4 mana for... I feel like if it was 3 mana, it'd be a great card. If this was 2 colorless and a green, or even 2 green and a colorless, sold. Great card. But that 1 extra mana, just even with our ramp that we have, kind of makes me hesitant on running it. I think I'm still going to try it, see how it works in 1 or 2 of the builds, but like just the 1 mana of any color, that does make it really helpful if I do decide to go into some other colors as well besides green. But I don't know, in mono green, I feel like it's not worth it. But in multicolor, I feel like it could be worth it as long as you still have the ramp in there. But Angrath, Captain of Chaos. Creatures you control have Menace. That's pretty cool. Amass 2 for -2. So again, he can do that twice and still live. That's really good. Only costs 4 mana. I like it. I do. It's pretty cool. Captain of Chaos. But single combat. Okay. Next one. Give me those mythics. Let's see. Heartfire. What's that one? That's a cool name. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or planeswalker, but it deals 4 damage to any target for 2 mana. That seems pretty cool, especially if you're running a Boros deck and you have a whole bunch of 1/1 tokens and you don't even care. I'm pretty sure... I wonder if that's... Is that Dak from the book? I feel like he has some sort of fire spell in the book about War of the Spark. But let me know down below if you guys know off the top of your head. But we also got a hold of Ob Nixilis, the Hate Twisted. I really like that. In my opinion, his last artwork was so bad. I like this one a lot, actually. 5 mana, 3 colorless, and 2 black for 5 loyalty tokens. -2 to destroy target creature. Its controller draws 2 cards. That could actually be really useful for you. You could look at that as sacrifice target creature as well. If you're running something where you've got some tokens or something that you can deal without, or maybe cards that do something useful when they die, you could just destroy that creature, plus you get to draw 2 cards. And then whenever an opponent draws a card, Ob Nixilis the Hate Twisted deals 1 damage to that player. So you can also, I guess, make them draw cards and deal damage. But I don't know. There's more than one use for him, I think.
I'm reckless and unpredictable.
Nice. Raw Storm Conduit. 4 loyalty counters, 2 colorless mana, red and a blue. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Raw Storm Conduit deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Interesting. Or planeswalker. +2 to scry 1. That's great. That's useful. And it's +2. That's super useful. -2 when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Wow, Storm decks are gonna love him. Imagine that, Storm decks liking the Storm Conduit. I'm so funny. Let's see, Crunch Wrangler, nice, and another rare wild card. Trample whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield. Like I said, it's just another not as good Pellet Collector, but ooh, that caught my eye. 3/3 with Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink for 6 mana though. Good lord. Davriel Rogue Shadow Mage, 3, which is 2 colorless and a black, 3 loyalty counters. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, Davriel Rogue Shadow Mage deals 2 damage to them. Okay. Interesting. And -1 for a player to discard a card. That's interesting. I like him. It seems I could see him being used. Ooh. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord. I feel like he's been talked about quite a bit. As long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. And his +2 is Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker, and then minus X to return target creature card with converted mana card X from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types, so he's bringing back your creatures as vampires for you and dealing damage for you and giving you life back. And he's a great card in my opinion. Super good for like the Orzhov. I don't know if exploit is still a thing. I don't think it is, but it used to be a thing in one of the last Ravnica sets. But let's see what else we get. Ward Scale Crocodile. Interesting. 5 for a 5/3 hexproof. Slightly worse Vine Mare, I guess. Not bad though. Another Band Together. Nice. I do like Band Together. I like it. And now it looks like I'm probably not going to have to waste any wild cards on it. Time Wipe. Return a target creature, or return a creature you control to its owner's hand, then destroy all creatures. Interesting. So you've got a little bit of an advantage on them. That's pretty cool. And what else? Soren's Thirst. Nice. I like that card. I just like that card for whatever reason. Watley's Raptor. A green and a white, 2/3 vigilance. Wow, 2 for 2/3 vigilance. It's already amazing. And when it enters the battlefield, you proliferate. Looks like green-white maybe. Maybe coming into the scene for the channel. Who knows? Enchantment Prison Realm. Another one of those exiling on something until this leaves the battlefield. But you also get to scry when it enters the battlefield. And it only costs 3. That is, I like that one. That one. I imagine that one will see play. I think we'll see that one in maybe even Esper Control. But let's see, another single combat. I guess it's not terrible, especially if we venture into green white. We can maybe use that. But let's see here. Another wild card. Let's see, nothing really. Bloom Hulk. I like Bloom Hulk. 4 for 4/4. It's already good. Then it proliferates as well. Yes. Just yes. Yes. And another Finale of Revelation. And if we venture into green-blue, now we can run however many copies we want, I guess. Probably not as many as we have, though, which I think is 3, maybe 4 now. But another Return to Nature. Not bad. Another New Horizons. Nice. We'll probably run that as a 2 of, honestly. A +1/+1 counter and a little bit of ramp for 3 mana I think is worth it. 2 mana would be better, but I think that'd make it too good. But another one of those as well. Another Death Sprout. Blast Zone again. Nice. Not terrible. Maybe we can run sort of maybe see what we can do with sort of some maybe green-white control jank with Blast Zone in it. Let's see. Over halfway through the packs. We didn't look at a whole bunch of the commons though. 20 packs worth of commons we didn't even look at. Just give me the rares. Another one of those Wranglers. Tomik, Distinguished Advocate. Interesting. I don't know what Tomik does. 2 white, 2/3 flying. Lands on the battlefield are land cards in... Lands on the battlefield and land cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities your opponents control. Your opponent can't play land cards from graveyards. Interesting. So this looks like a sideboard card for against specific... Oh, excuse me. Against specific builds. I ate my Subway too fast. But let's see. Come on, give me good stuff. I mean, that was a given. I was going to get that, but I want more of those. Let's see, Arlen's Wolf can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Nice. It's like a Steel Leaf Champion, but less powerful. It's only a 3/2 instead of a 5/4 for 3 mana. Steel Leaf Champion's so nuts. But can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and you could just slap a Giant Growth on him, because that card is back, and we are totally going to run it. I don't care what anyone says, whether it's competitive or not. I love that card. I've been running it in my deck since I was 10, 11 years old, learning how to play Magic. I like Jace's Triumph. That one's pretty cool. I like the cards that say if you control the specific Planeswalker, you get to do this extra thing. Especially in a Planeswalker-based set. But Narset's Reversal, 2 mana counterspell. It's only against an instant or sorcery, but it's copy target instant or sorcery spell, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copies. So way to it. Yeah, it's going to be used, I think, as a. I don't know. It's a good card though. I can see a few uses for it. I like it. And let's see. Ooh, a fair amount of blue stuff. Maybe that's a sign we should venture into some blue with the green. When Augur of Bolus enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Alright. I can roll with that for 2 mana and a 1/3 body on the field. I mean, it's a scry and you can... It's scry 3, I guess it would be. No, because you... I don't know. It's good. I like it. Sky Theater Strix, flying 1/2 for 2, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. That could be pretty cool in a Storm deck. I could see that for sure. Kiora's Dambreaker. Whenever Kiora's Dambreaker enters the battlefield, proliferate, and it's a 5/6 for 6. Pretty good, for sure. Pretty good. See, not really 3/2 for 2. Vivian's Arcbow, nice. I was totally hoping we were gonna get this card. Yes, this card's a yes. Just yes. And let's see, only got, I think, 6 left after this one. Ooh, Samut Tyrant Smasher. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. The character development around, like the moments that they describe Samut in the novel, a couple of them made me tear up a little bit. She is a total beast. Let's see, creatures you control have haste. Love it, it's going in. For 4 mana, a permanent controls, yep, it's going in. And it's -1 as target creature gets +2/+1 and gains haste until end of turn. Yeah. Plus scry 1, yep. It's going straight in whether we have red in the deck or not, because it's green or red. And being able to give your giant green creatures haste when they maybe already have trample and stuff is just, yes. Nissa's Triumph. 2 green, search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. If you control a Nissa Planeswalker, instead search your library for 3, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Love it. I'm glad they're bringing back the search for your deck for lands. I like that. Let's see, Storev, another one of him. Nice. It's a good one in my opinion for sure. Especially if we're going to be venturing into black-green, it'll be good for us to use. As long as it's your turn, Passing Links has first strike. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's just kind of caught my eye down there. Kaya's Ghost Form. 1 black mana, enchanted creature or planeswalker you control is put into exile. Return that card to the battlefield under your control. I like that. Too bad you can't play it as an instant. Well, too bad. I mean, you probably can with other sources to do that from, but let's see. Another Crocodile. Dovin. Nice. Hand of Control. Dovin Bont, I think, or Dovin Bon, I think is his last name, but his, I just poked myself in the eye! Ow! Anyway, I just got past his part in the book. I don't want to spoil anything for those of you that haven't read it but want to, but it's an epic part of the book, I'll tell you that for sure. It's really awesome. 3 mana for 5 loyalty counters, and his -1 is until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent and opponent controls. In the book, his thing is all about knowing his opponent's strengths and weaknesses, so that's pretty cool to see that personality come out in his ability. And the strengths of artifact, instant, and sorcery spells your opponent's cast costs 1 more to cast. I guess that's just another weakness, but I guess the strength is just that he can do that 5 times, his -1. I like it. Vraska Swarm's Eminence. Nice. I like it, and it's, again, green or black. Really cool. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a player or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Not bad. And then 5 loyalty counters to start. -2 is create a 1/1 black assassin creature with token with Death Touch, and whenever this creature deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. Wow. It's probably going in. I like it. Ravnica at War. Alright. Sideboard card. That's a sideboard card. Yep. Let's see. 5 packs left. Here we go. Home stretch, boys and girls. Nice. Ashiok, I think? Ashiok? I'm not sure how to say that. Let's see. 1, 2 black or blue. Okay, so that could maybe go into our green-blue deck if we even wanted to. Really crazy now. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. Wow. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to search in my library. I'm going to search in my library for some land real quick. Oh, no, you can't do that. Stop. Only I can do that. -1. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, then exile each opponent's graveyard. Oof. That'd be actually kind of really mean in the green-blue deck if we ran this as 1 and 2 blue mana, because then I'm going to play all these big creatures and +1/+1 counters and planeswalkers, and I'm going to mill you too, just to add insult to injury. Let's see. Wow, that's going in. Especially, I mean, I have an idea. Sorry, that's not. I should specify what that's going in. Whether it's green-blue or just green or green-white, whatever it needs to be, I definitely want to build a +1/+1 counter. Maybe also Planeswalkers proliferate base deck. So yeah, that's going in that one. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Yes. Pollen Bright Druid, pretty good. It's 2/1 for 1. It's 2 mana, sorry, for 1/1, which I don't usually like, but when it enters the battlefield, you can proliferate, which we like, or put a +1/+1 counter on target creature so that it can later proliferate with other stuff. I like that. This one, it's good, in my opinion. I like it. Oh, yes! I had a couple other... I had 4 packs besides the 50 that I totally couldn't wait for the video to open, and I opened them this morning before work, and the last pack had Nissa, who shakes the world in it, and I was super excited. I've already seen what she does, but in case you haven't, she has 5 mana for 5 loyalty counters. Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional green mana. +1, put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. Untap it. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste that's still a land, so really a 3/3. But then her -8, if you can manage to get that off, which with proliferate, maybe. You get an emblem with lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Oof. I like that. I like her. She's not super amazing, but that's super cool in my opinion. An old version of Nissa let you pull out every elf in your deck, and I had a friend that ran a tribal elf deck and even had Coat of Arms, for those of you that have been playing long enough to know what that does. It's the same as, I want to say, Vanquisher's Banner, or pretty much the same. I'm not too familiar with that one, but from what I remember, I think it's the same. Basically, each creature gets of a certain type gets +1/+1 for each other creature of that type. So if you got 20 elves out, each elf gets +19/+19. Yeah. So anyway, glad they kept that theme or whatever with Nissa. Nice, another Vraska Swarm's Embrace. I like it. That might be a 2 of for sure. Another Centaur Nurturer. It's gonna test it at least in the multicolored decks. And then Arboreal Grazer, it's a 0/3 with reach, and when it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Only costs 1 mana. I like it. Kind of a chump blocker for flyers, small flyers and stuff. Not terrible, not amazing by any means. Lazotep Plating, that one will probably end up going in the green-blue deck if and when. Looks like we're probably going to make it. Based off, I've been kind of glancing at these other commons. You guys honestly probably don't care too much. But I've been glancing at them a little bit, and based on what we've gotten so far, green blue's gonna happen, I think, for sure. Maybe green-black as well, especially with getting her. But if you would draw a card, 4 mana for 4 loyalty. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. +1, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard, and you draw a card. It says target player, not target opponent. Just saying. Anyway, -8 is draw 7 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. Yeah, we're going to see him, I think. I think we're going to see him a lot. just counter spells and draw cards, and Jace Wheeler of Mysteries. We'll see, though. Can't wait to start playing against some of these crazy new builds, jank or competitive. Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner again. We could run that. I think that's their third one now, depending on what the 20 packs worth of commons we didn't look at were. I'll go look at them off screen so you guys don't have to listen to that. We got the Elder Spell! Destroy any number of target planeswalkers. Choose a planeswalker you control. Put 2 loyalty counters on it for each planeswalker destroyed this way. For 2 black mana. Oof. That'll definitely go in the green-black deck. I think that's going to be a super common, at least sideboard card in best of 3s. Maybe it'll be ran in some black decks, or black splashed in decks, maybe specifically for this. We'll see how many planeswalkers we see. But on to the next one. Chandra's Triumph. I didn't see that. I should have read that one. I didn't see what that does. Ooh, Elite Guildmage. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Flying. Huh. I guess I thought he was going to be better. The artwork and everything made him seem a lot cooler. I mean, he's not bad by any means, but he's...
Think you can beat me?
Ooh, another Storm Conduit. Nice. I like it. Alright, here we go. Last pack. Give me the Dragon God. Come on, fingers crossed. Ooh, we got Mowu. I don't even care. We got Mowu. Fuck you, Dragon God.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Gross. I don't want Teferi. I want the Dragon God. Doesn't matter. Final count is 14 common wild cards, 19 uncommon, 9 rares, and 4 mythic rare wild cards. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and opening these packs alongside me, or just watch me open it, whatever you were doing. But, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.